whatever this we'll see for making calculations easy. To make calculations easy, instantaneous voltage equation and instantaneous current equation, if you convert into polar form, it becomes easy to do the calculations. Okay, so how to convert instantaneous voltage and current equation into polar form, that we'll see. And polar you can convert into rectangular for doing addition and subtraction. Okay, so em sine of omega t, this one we have seen last time. Okay, graphical representation also we have seen in previous two. Hello. Yes, any difficulty? Okay, this is the graphical representation of E of t, Em sine of omega t. Now, mute yourself. Yes, if background noise is there, please mute yourself. Okay, so it's polar form representation. We know what is it? Magnitude and angle. So magnitude is what? Em, or in some books you will find ERMS also. Okay, if you take V by I, so if you are going to take Vm, then I also should be Im. Then in this case, instantaneous to polar, you can consider here peak. Okay, but whenever you wanted to do V by I in terms of RMS, V RMS by I RMS, then whenever you are doing conversion from instantaneous to polar, you can consider here RMS value. Okay, so in some books, whenever instantaneous to polar you are converting this magnitude, it can be RMS or it can be peak. Ratio of Vm by Im and ratio of Vrms by IRMS will be same. Clear up to this to everyone? Okay, so polar form means what? Magnitude and angle. After omega t, plus minus nothing is there. That's why here I have written 0 degree. So magnitude is peak, okay, Em, and omega t plus minus nothing is there. That's why 0 degree. So instantaneous to polar conversion clear? Any difficulty with this?
No.
Okay. So polar form is magnitude and angle. Magnitude you can write here peak or RMS, any value, and omega t. After omega t plus minus nothing is there, no phi is there. That's why phi value I have written here 0 degree. Okay. Next, if you compare the now what's about the representation of this waveform? Phasor diagram representation. Whenever the waveform it starts from origin increasing positively, then first positive peak occurs at 90 degree. And second, first negative peak occurs at 270 degree, and at 180 degree, 360 degree, its value is 0, 0. Its phasor diagram representation is along real axis. Actually, these phasors we plot in S plane. S plane means what? It is having x-axis is called as real axis. This one is real axis, and y-axis is called as imaginary axis. Complex number, all of you know that real part, imaginary part. Okay, so x-axis is called as real axis and y-axis is imaginary axis, same as that of x-axis, that this one is positive, this is negative. Similarly, for same as that of y-axis, this is positive imaginary axis and this is negative imaginary axis. Okay, so this purely sinusoidal AC waveform is represented in the form of phasor diagram along positive real axis. Okay, so this S plane clear to everyone? Real axis is x-axis and imaginary axis is y-axis, positive, negative, same as that of x and y-axis, that linear graph. Okay, now this purely sinusoidal AC waveform V of t, Vm sine of omega t, I of t, Im sine of omega t is represented parallel to positive real axis. Okay, and its magnitude will be equal to how much? RMS value. Peak divided by √2 is equals to RMS. So magnitude of this phasor is equal to RMS value. Suppose it is of 2 centimeter, then wherever 2 centimeter ends, at that end you have to represent the arrow, because this alternating quantity, it has magnitude also and direction also. So magnitude is equals to RMS value, and whatever the scale you select according to, suppose this is 2 centimeters, so wherever 2 centimeter ends, at that end you have to put the arrow, not somewhere in between. Okay, so V of t, Vm sine of omega t, I of t, Im sine of omega t, that is the mathematical representation. This one, it's graphical representation. This is the phasor diagram representation and polar form representation. Okay, all four we have seen for first waveform. Now we'll see it for second waveform. Okay, this is the polar form representation. Now second waveform, see, it is Em sine of omega t minus phi. Okay, second waveform is what? Em sine of omega t minus phi. Phi here I have selected 30 degrees, so it is Em sine of omega t minus 30 degree. Now its polar form, what is the peak value? Em, so that will be magnitude, and after omega t it's a minus 30 degrees there. That's why angle will be with sign minus phi, that is minus 30 degree. So polar form clear. This E to T, how to convert in polar form, is this clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Magnitude and angle. Magnitude is peak, RMS also you can consider here, and then angle is minus 30 degree. That's why here I have written minus 30 degree. Okay, so omega t minus 30 degree is here. That's why angle I have considered minus 30 degree here. So this is the polar form. Em sine of omega t, that is the first one waveform. All of you know that is C. It is, I have written with red color, E1t. Now with reference to E1t, see the E2t. E2t and E1t peak value is same. See here, it is positive plus Em. This is minus Em. Okay, their magnitude is same. First one waveform is what? Em sine of omega t only. See here, it's a Em sine of omega t. First one waveform. First one waveform is Em sine of omega t. Second one waveform is Em sine of omega t minus phi, that is minus 30 degree. Okay, now if you observe both the waveform, their peak is same, Em. Their angular frequency is also same, omega. Only what is the case? There is a phase difference of 30 degree. Now for E2t, it's a minus 30 degree. Means what? E2t lags E1 by an angle of 30 degree. Whenever I say E2 lags E1 by an angle of 30 degree, means phase difference between both of them is 30 degree. What does it mean? Whenever phase difference between the two waveforms is 30 degree, means phase difference between their first positive peak is also 30 degree. Phase difference between their first negative peak is also 30 degree, and so on. Okay, what does it mean? Means for first waveform, if Em occurs at first Em is occurring at 90 degree, means for E2t, first positive peak will occur at what degree?
120.
Correct, because phase difference is 30 degree. So 90 plus 30, that is for second waveform, its first positive peak will occur at 120 degree, and accordingly you have to show the waveform. Okay, means first one waveform, if at origin it has 0 value, so second one waveform, at what degree it will have 0 value? Phase difference is of 30 degree.
30.
At 30
30
degree.
degree.
And see, this blue color waveform is E2t. So at 30 degree, it is having 0 value, and then it increases positively. First positive peak will occur at 120 degree, and so on. Okay. So if I extend this waveform before 30 degree, so negative values it will have. So at origin you can find it has negative value. So whenever after omega t it is minus phi is there, minus 30 degree, minus 20 degree, minus 40. Okay, whatever is the minus phi, what does it mean? At origin it is having some negative value. All of you can observe here. This blue color waveform E2t, it is having some negative value at origin. Clear up to this to everyone? Okay, now see its phasor diagram representation. We'll see now in graphics, that engineering drawing or engineering graphics circuit subject, engineering graphics subject. Suppose this is the x-axis, reference x-axis. Now if you get asked to plot a line at 30 degree plus 30 degree, then that plus 30 degree with reference to x-axis you measure in anti-clockwise direction or clockwise direction in graphic sense.
Anti-clockwise.
Correct. Means
Anti-clockwise.
anti-clockwise. Okay, means positive angle, positive 30 degree you measure in anti-clockwise. Minus 30 degree if you wanted to plot, then you measure it in
Opposite.
clockwise direction. So same logic is here also. Same logic. See here, it's the EM sine of omega t minus 30 degree. See the phasor diagram representation. This is the reference real axis with reference to that minus 30 degree. It's a minus 30 degree means you have to measure it in clockwise direction. So suppose that vector, its magnitude is 2 centimeter. So 2 centimeter at an angle of 30 degree with reference to x-axis in clockwise direction, because it is minus 30 degree. So phasor diagram representation clear. See, in clockwise direction 30 degree and magnitude is 2 centimeter. So arrow you have to put at end. Okay, and lagging parameter in phasor diagram we represent in clockwise direction. Is this clear? So for second waveform, this is the mathematical representation, EM sine of omega t minus 30 degree. Its polar form is EM at an angle of minus 30 degree. Graphical representation, the blue color waveform. And this is the phasor diagram representation. As here minus 30 degree, here angle is negative. Means what? With you have to measure with reference to positive real axis in clockwise direction. Clear for E2T? Any difficulty with this? If not, can we go for next?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay. So 57 are there. Everyone, please mark your attendance. Okay, link I posted in chat box. Okay. So see, next one is E3T. Third one waveform, it is EM sine of omega t plus phi now it is. Okay, that is 60 degree I considered the angle. So plus 60 degree. So what will be the polar form? Magnitude is EM. You can consider here ERMS also. And angle is 60 degree, plus 60 degree. Okay. Polar form representation. Then how in graphics you measure positive angle with reference to x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. So see here, plus 60 degree, that phasor, suppose it is of 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter phasor at an angle of 60 degree in anti-clockwise direction. E1t equation is what? E1t EM sine of omega t. So if you compare it with this EM sine of omega t, and this is EM sine of omega t plus 60 degree, as plus sign is there, then what we can say, E3t, it leads E1 by an angle 60 degree, and leading parameter we measure in anti-clockwise direction, where E1 will come in this phasor diagram. Suppose you wanted to plot, so E1 will come along x-axis. This is E1, first one waveform, its peak. And what's about third one waveform, its peak? Suppose this is E3 RMS, it will come at an angle of 60 degree in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, got it clear? Phasor diagram representation. Any difficulty with this? And what's about graphical representation? Now see, first one waveform, red one is what? Even EM sine of omega t. This one at origin it has 0 value, and first positive peak occurs at 90 degree, first negative peak occurs at 270 degree, and so on. So this is E1t. Now what's about E3t? It leads E1t by 60 degree. What does it mean? Phase difference between peak value of first waveform and third waveform is how much? Yes, this is first one peak and this is third one peak. तो दोनों के बीच में phase difference how much?
60 degree.
60 degree, right? And right, 60 degree it will be. And if E3 leads, means if this occurs at 90 degree, first positive peak of E1, it occurs at 90 degree, and E3 leads E1, means E3, for E3 waveform, its first positive peak will occur at what degree?
30 degree.
30 degree, correct. Okay. So clear? So accordingly, see here I have represented the waveform, that is E3 waveform. Its positive peak, whatever this angle is 30 degree. Okay, and at 90 degree of E1 and so on. Means if I extend this waveform before origin, so how much will be this phase difference? See, from 0 and this angle is how much?
-60.
This phase difference is just a 60 degree. Okay, what I ask you, the difference. So it's a 60 degree. And E3 waveform, it leads. Means if E1 waveform it's starting from origin, so 60 degree before it, means whatever you told just now, at -60 degree, at -60 degree before origin, this third waveform will start and then it will increase positively. So here plus phi is there. Plus phi means what? At origin, this waveform, it will have some positive value. Okay, so you can observe here. So is this clear to you, all of you? So first one waveform,
Yes, ma'am.
first one waveform Em sin of omega t, means at origin it is having 0 value. Okay, second waveform Em sin of omega t minus 30 degree, means negative value is there. So at origin it will have some negative value. Okay, and third one waveform, it is plus 60 degree, means at origin it has some positive value. Okay, so plus phi means what? Third one waveform leads first one waveform. Like this we can say E3 leads E1. If you compare E2 and E1, so this is Em sin of omega t, this is Em sin of omega t minus 30 degree, means what I can say here, E2 lags E1. Okay, and what's about phasor diagram? If it's a Em sin of omega t, Im sin of omega t, then that is parallel to real axis. You have to represent that quantity, whatever it is, voltage or current. If it is minus Em sin of omega t minus 30 degree, so E2 lags E1. If E1 is along this, if E1 is along positive real axis, so with reference to this, if on the same plane, if you wanted to represent E2 as here minus 30 degree, negative angle we measure clockwise. That's why what you can say, what is the conclusion? Lagging parameter we measure clockwise. So even if it is along positive real axis, then E2 will be in clockwise direction at an angle of 30 degree, means it will be in fourth quadrant. Now what's about E3? E3, it leads. Suppose this is E1 over here, this is E1. So E3 leads E1 by 60 degree. So plus 60 degree we measure anti-clockwise. What does it mean? Leading parameter in phasor diagram we measure in anti-clockwise direction. That's why it will come in first quadrant. Okay, this is about the phasor diagram representation. And what's about the polar form? Magnitude, you can consider RMS also, peak also, and angle, whatever it is. If it is plus 60 degree, write it plus 60 degree. Here it is minus 30 degree, so peak value at an angle of minus 30 degree. And in the first one, after omega t, nothing is there, that's why 0 degree. So all the three types clear to everyone? Graphical, mathematical, polar, and phasor diagram for all three types. Any difficulty with this?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
So same sheet I'll post on your official group also, on Google Classroom also I'll share it, on VOLP also I'll load it today. Okay, so that all of you can refer it.
Ma'am,
Yes, please.
एक्झाम मध्ये फेजर डायग्राम आणि हे ग्राफिकल वेव्ह फॉर्म पण विचारू शकतात, जाऊ शकता का?
Actually, this exam will be online, your final exam. Okay, and whatever the test I'll conduct, that also will be online. Online you can't plot graphs. Okay, but mostly numericals you will get asked on this. Okay, mostly graphical representation will not be there, because how will you plot there, na? Right? Text you can type. But if the thing is like that, you have to attach attachment, then I'll inform you, all of you. about it.
test
But means in final exam, I am talking about final exam. Whatever the
Yes.
test I conduct, in that I give option for attachment. So there I'll ask phasor diagram. Got it? Phasor diagram is there in your syllabus. Waveforms mostly not get asked. Okay. No one will ask you to draw the waveforms, but waveforms, in which case in numericals you will not get asked to draw the waveform. But if it is a theory question, like see next one topic, purely resistive, purely inductive, purely capacitive circuit. See, this is suppose for example this one, like this circuit. If based on this circuit you get asked to draw the waveforms, then there you have to draw the waveforms. But in numericals no one will ask you to draw the waveform. What you will get asked to draw the phasor diagram. Okay, so more weightage is there for phasor diagram. This waveform representation is just for your understanding. Okay, so whatever the test I'll conduct, I'll ask their phasor diagram, and waveforms in which question you get asked, theory question, the next which we are going to see. Okay, numericals you will not get asked waveform. But what's about your final exam? I don't think so they will ask you to attach the files. No option, I think, yet it is not there. But if it get added, then I will inform you about it. Okay, clear?
Okay,
okay. Next topic we'll see now. So see, if next we are going to see polar to rectangular, rectangular to polar conversion. Okay, and what do you polar form we have seen. Now what's about rectangular? Now see, suppose the terms are given to you like this instantaneous equation: Vm sin of omega t, Vm sin of omega t minus 30 degree, Vm sin of omega t plus 60 degree. So if you get asked to do v1 plus v2 or v1 minus v2 or v1 by v2 or v1 into v2. So in terms of instantaneous equation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division is very difficult. You can make that calculations easy. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, rather than doing in instantaneous voltage equation form or in instantaneous current equation form, better option is convert them in polar. Once you convert them in polar, if terms are in polar, voltage and current, then multiplication and division you can carry out easily. It becomes easy. But whenever you wanted to do addition and subtraction, that you can't do in polar. For that, the terms must be in rectangular form. And what is rectangular form? Complex number you have studied in mathematics. Complex number, real part, imaginary part, it has. Whatever the circuits you have, it is having resistance, and that resistance is always positive. Okay. So you can find whatever the rectangular form, it is having only positive real part. But what's about imaginary part? There can be inductor, there can be capacitor, or both. That's why imaginary part can be positive also and negative also. Okay, so rectangular form means what? Real part it has, imaginary part it has. That complex variable you can use J also or I also. Okay, so real part is because of resistance, that's why it will always be positive. Imaginary part, if it is inductor, then that is imaginary part. If it is inductor, then imaginary part will be positive. But if in the circuit capacitor is there, then because of capacitor, whatever is the imaginary part, then that is negative. It will be clear to you when we'll see the examples. Okay, next topics. Okay, right now what you keep in your mind? Rectangular form means what? A real part, imaginary part. Complex variable you can use I also, J also. As it is an electrical engineering subject, real part will always be positive. Okay, it can never be negative, but imaginary part can be positive for inductor and it is negative for capacitor. Okay, so whenever you wanted to do addition and subtraction, terms must be in rectangular form, and whenever you wanted to do multiplication and division, terms must be in polar form. So polar form we know magnitude and some angle. That angle it can be positive or negative. Okay, so see here it is a polar form. 10 at an angle of 30 degree, 20 at an angle of minus 60 degree. So it is polar form. Okay, and rectangular form is this. So polar form, how to get polar form from instantaneous voltage and current equation that we got. Now we'll see the rectangular form. Okay, up to this, everyone got the things? Okay, so see next. Polar form. See here, everyone have to concentrate here because single phase AC circuit. In this calculations, all this concept required. Numericals, I already told you for electrical circuit, electrical subject, more weightage is there for numericals. So you should be able to do the calculations. Once we convert instantaneous voltage equation and current equation in polar form. So see here, magnitude and angle, magnitude and angle. What you have to do here? See the first one sum, for example. What is it? Is it a division?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So division,
Yes,
for
ma'am.
division, I told you for division and multiplication terms must be in which form?
Polar.
Polar form.
Polar form.
Okay. And for addition and subtraction terms must be in
Rectangular form.
rectangular form. Okay. So see here you have to do the division. Terms are already in polar. So magnitude you can multiply or divide. So magnitude is what? 10 and 5. So do the division 10 by 5. So what is it? 2. Okay. Magnitude is 2. Now what you have to do with angle? See, angle you have to shift from denominator to numerator. And while shifting angle from numerator to denominator, you have to change its sign. Here it was plus 20 degree. So in numerator, it will become minus 20 degree. So 60 minus 20 is what? 40 degree. So 2 at an angle of 40 degree is the answer. Clear first one calculation? Any difficulty with this?
No.
See the second
No.
one now.
No,
See
no.
the second one. See 20 by 2 magnitude. Okay. So do the division 20 by 2. It will be 10. Now see for first one angle is plus 80 degree and for second one it is mute yourself. Yes, students. Background noise is there. Please mute yourself. Okay. So minus 30 degree means in numerator that will become. Yes, what's about angle? That will become plus 30 degree.
Plus 30.
So 80 plus
Plus
30 is what? 110. Hope everyone is listening. Okay, these calculations you have to do.
Yes, ma'am.
While solving the sum, these concepts required. Everyone must listen. And you have not studied it in 12th. Okay, so everyone have to listen it. Then clear the second one. Now see the third one. In third one, multiplication is there. Terms for multiplication, terms must be in polar. Here already terms are given in polar. So magnitude you have to multiply. What is the magnitude? 2 and 4. So that will be 8. 2 into 4, 8. And what you have to do with the angles? Add or subtract. So both angle are positive. 60 plus 45. So it will be 105. Third one calculation clear? Any difficulty with third one?
No, ma'am.
Okay. See the fourth one. Magnitude again multiplication it is. So 5 into 2, 10. Terms are there in polar. Okay. So 5 into 2, 10 magnitude. And what you have to do with angle? See 30 degree minus 10 degree. And what is 30 degree minus 10 degree? It is 20 degree. So got it clear? Fourth one. So in polar, how to do multiplication and division clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now see the rectangular form. Rectangular form means what? Real part and imaginary part. So what you have to do? Complex number
Madam,
already you
I
have.
have.
Yes, please. Further topics. Okay. Now see the
Okay.
next. See the next. Real part. Here terms are, you have to do addition, and for addition and subtraction terms must be in rectangular form. So real parts you can add or subtract. So real part 5 plus 3, 8. And imaginary part 6 plus 4, 10j. Okay. See the second one. 4 plus 4 and here minus 2 is there. So it will be plus 2. See plus 2 and here plus 10 minus 3j. So plus 7j. Easy, eh? This one you have studied in mathematics. So this one clear? Any difficulty with
Yes,
this?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Means what is the conclusion? Real parts you can add or subtract. Imaginary part you can add or subtract. Okay. And for division and multiplication, magnitude you can divide or multiply, and angles you have to add or subtract. Clear? Okay, now we know the polar form, that is magnitude and some angle. Suppose it is like this, 10 and 60° plus 20 at an angle of 80°, like this. You have to do addition here. Suppose like this addition you have to do 10 at an angle of minus 60° plus 20 at an angle of plus 80°. So addition you have to do here. For addition, terms must be in which form?
Polar.
No,
Rectangular form.
rectangular form. Okay, for addition, terms must be in rectangular, but given here are in which form?
Polar form.
Polar.
Polar.
Means
Polar.
what you have to do first? Polar you have to convert into rectangular, and then you can add. Got it? Okay. So in this case, means why there is a need to go for rectangular? Is this clear to you? There may be the case that you have to do addition or subtraction, like V1 minus V2 or I1 minus I2, but V1 and I1 given to you or V2 and I2 given to you are in polar. Then what you will do? Polar first convert into rectangular and then do V1 minus V2 or I1 minus I2 or addition. Clear? Okay, now see how to do that. Calculator, you take your calculator. Take calculator. Now for this subject, carry calculator with you. Okay. So is calculator there with you?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ
Yes,
ठीक
ma'am.
है, हाँ ठीक है. Now what you have to do? Polar to rectangular. You have to convert polar to rectangular. That's why on your calculator you may see plus button is there and minus button is there for addition and subtraction. So whatever the plus button is there, if you see above it, what is written? POL means polar. ठीक है? And if minus button, if you see, then above it is written rectangular, REC. So what we want? We wanted to convert polar to rectangular. Means what? I want a rectangular form of this. That's why I'll press on calculator rectangular off. Press karo button. So if you observe that polar bracket and rectangular bracket, that is written in yellow color on my calculator. Maybe something different in on your calculator, but yahi rehta hai, polar and rectangular written in yellow color. Shift also written in yellow color. What does it mean? If you press shift and minus sign on screen, you will get REC off. Press it, press shift and minus button on screen. See, it will display like this, REC and bracket. Is it displaying? Your calculator first check the mode. Your calculator mode must be D आना चाहिए screen पे पहले, and then press shift minus sign. So on screen you can find REC off. Is it displaying on screen? So
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then REC off. Of what? You enter the next part. 10. What is magnitude? As it is, you have to enter 10, comma. Comma where it is? Del, above del. Button is there, smaller one. And on it, comma is there. Press it, comma. Angle is negative. Enter with sign, minus 60. And complete the bracket. Bracket option is there. Beside comma, two buttons are there, opening bracket and closing bracket, right? Press that closing bracket button and then press equal to sign. In some calculator, directly real part and imaginary part both it display. I think as a X and Y. X is real part and Y is imaginary part. In some
Yes, ma'am. It's showing X and Y.
Correct. So X and Y, X is real part and Y is imaginary part. Okay. In some calculator, it don't display both. It is displaying only real part. Write it down. I think you will get it. Press
It is showing 5.
5. So real part I am getting 5. Okay. Let it 5 on screen as it is. Then see these two buttons you have to press. Note it down and press recall tan. Let that 5 as it is and press recall tan. जो भी आपका कैलकुलेटर है ना 7 के above RCL बटन है, that is called as recall. And tan कहाँ पे है? Sin, cos और tan. वो tan प्रेस करो, ठीक है. Recall tan if you press, then in some calculator it display imaginary part. Try this. Shift minus sign press करो, rectangular of 10, comma 60, complete the bracket, press equal to sign, 5 it will display. Okay, then after 5 press this recall tan. Recall tan. So it is displaying 8.66, isn't it?
Ma'am, it's showing minus 8.66.
Sorry, yeah, minus. I entered here plus 60 degree. You have to enter minus 60 degree. Again, see.
रिकॉल कहाँ है पर बताओ.
7 के ऊपर है, RCL 7 के ऊपर. Rectangular of what? 10, comma minus 60. Complete the bracket. Press equal to, it is displaying 5, and then press RCL tan minus. Sorry, yeah, plus 60 degree I entered. Actually, it's not plus 60 degree, minus 60 degree. So minus 8.66. So what is the answer? 5 minus J 8.66. Is this clear how to convert polar to rectangular? So its conversion is 5 minus J 8.66. Everyone got it? Can we go for next?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है.
I mean, my calculator recall was not needed. It was directly showing X and Y.
हाँ, that's why I told na, in some calculator when you press that equal to sign, both it display X and Y. Note it down. That's it. Over. But in some calculator, if it display only real part, that is 5 only if it display, such calculators, in such calculation, there is a requirement to press a recall tan, and then you will get the imaginary part. If directly it is displaying, then no need. Is this clear to everyone? Got
Yes,
it?
ma'am.
Huh.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now can you tell me?
Ma'am, it's showing that minus 8.66 in more simpler form, minus 5 under root 3.
हाँ, ठीक है ना? We
Y
don't
equals
want.
to minus 5 under root 3.
But this one you write, because we don't want that under root 3. We want 8.66. Note it down. ठीक है? Any difficulty?
No.
हाँ, ठीक
No,
है.
ma'am.
Okay. Now can you tell me how whenever I entered in calculator 10 comma minus 60, how it calculate 5 and how it has calculated, means how it has calculated real part and how it has calculated imaginary part. Can you tell that? What is magnitude? 10.
X is equal to 10 cos minus 60
Correct.
and Y is equal to 10 sin minus 60.
Very good. Real part, how it calculate? M cos theta or M cos phi is real part. And M sin phi is imaginary part. If you appear for NPTEL exam, na, this advanced calculator not accessible, means actually calculator not allowed for NPTEL. Then on screen, it's an online exam, and then IIT level exam it is means NPTEL. Students also can give, faculties for can give. For every course it is designed by IITs. So they don't allow like this calculator. Simple calculator, online calculator is there. Then how you will calculate there? Real part, M cos phi is real part. And how you will calculate then imaginary part? Yes. M sin
sin
phi.
theta.
M sin phi. Phi. Whatever is the angle that you use. Plus है तो plus, minus है तो minus. Is this clear? Real part,
Yes, ma'am.
imaginary part. Okay. Next is what? Reverse we'll see now. Suppose it is given to you division you have to do, or multiplication, and terms are given are in rectangular. Suppose impedance you have to do Z1 into Z2 or Z1 by Z2. Suppose two impedances are connected in parallel. So what is its equivalent? Z1 into Z2 divided by Z1 plus Z2. Now there you have to do multiplication, and suppose Z1 into Z2, you have to do Z1 and Z2 are given in rectangular. So you can't do multiplication. For that, what you have to do? convert first them into polar and then you can multiply them. Okay, so how to do? This is in rectangular. I wanted to convert it to polar. So what I'll write? Polar of. Press the button. Again the same thing. What you have to do? Shift plus sign. So on screen it display polar and bracket. Is it displaying polar and bracket?
Yes, ma'am.
See, it will
Yes,
display
ma'am.
polar and bracket. Then put real part, comma, imaginary part. Whatever the sign it is, put as it is. So plus 5. So that's why 5, comma, plus 3 it is. So just enter 3, complete the bracket and press equal to. It is displaying. In some calculator, it will display both magnitude also, angle also. Note down both. Okay. In some calculator, it display only magnitude. So 5.83. Keep on screen as it is. Just note it down in your notebook and then again press recall tan. Here by mistake I have written REC. It should be what? RCL. Press karo ye button. Press recall tan. Recall tan. So it is displaying plus 30.96 and this is the angle. So what is its conversion? 5.83 at an angle of 30.96 degree is its conversion. 5.83 at an angle of plus 30.76 degree. Is this clear to everyone? Any difficulty up to
Yes,
this?
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, got it. So polar to rectangular, rectangular to polar, you can do here. So what was the answer? 5.86, na? Isn't it? And plus 30.96 degree. Now can you tell me here what it does? Same if this calculator not allowed. Suppose you appeared for NPTEL exam and this basic calculator only, plus minus sine cos, this option there, tan. So how this magnitude is calculated?
Under root x
Under
square
root 5
Under root
square
x
plus
square
3 square.
Very good.
5 square.
Square root of real part its square plus imaginary part its square. You will get it 5.86 means magnitude. Is this clear to everyone? A plus JB. Square root of A
Yes, ma'am.
square plus B square will be the magnitude. And how it calculate angle? Yes.
Tan
Tan
inverse
inverse
3
Tan
by
inverse 5 by
5.
3.
Correct.
3
Tan
by 5.
inverse of imaginary part upon real part. This is the formula for that. Imaginary part upon real part. Is this clear? If this calculator not allowed in some exams to you, you can calculate magnitude as square root of A square plus B square. That is real part its square plus imaginary part its square. And angle you can calculate tan inverse of imaginary part upon real part. Okay. So polar to rectangular, rectangular to polar using calculator, without calculator, got it? Can we go
Yes,
for
ma'am.
next?
Yes,
Next.
ma'am.
Now we'll see. Now what you have to do in next next one topic, what we are going to, you have to simplify single phase AC circuit. Single phase AC circuit, which one you have to simplify? Like see, available everywhere at your home is single phase AC supply, right? Available voltage is 220 volt. It's a single phase AC. Then frequency is 50 hertz. Suppose across that you switch on incandescent lamp, then it is the example of this. A resistance you are going, resistive type of load you are going to switch across single phase AC supply. This is phase terminal, this is neutral terminal. Or toaster or heater or iron, all these are examples of what? A resistive type of load. In electrical engineering subject, every equipment which requires electricity for its operation is called as load. Then that load, it can be purely resistive type, purely inductive, purely capacitive type, series RL, series RC, series RLC. So across such load, whenever you switch on single phase AC voltage, Whatever the AC voltage you get at your home, what is its mathematical representation? V of t Vm sine of omega t. And its graphical representation we have seen number of times. Okay, whatever the AC voltage, single phase AC voltage you are getting at your home, this is the graphical representation of it, like this number of cycles. 50 cycles it complete in 1 second, and that's why the frequency is 50 hertz. Okay, so whenever you switch on like this single phase AC voltage across all these types of load, such circuit you have to simplify in this unit. Load, it can be purely resistive, purely inductive, purely capacitive, or it can be series RL, series RC, and series RLC. Only series circuit are there included in your syllabus, not the parallel circuit. So whenever you apply voltage across such load, what will be the instantaneous current equation? Instantaneous voltage equation we know. What will be the instantaneous current equation? What will be the phase difference between voltage and current? What will be the opposition to the flow of current? What will be the power consumption? What will be the instantaneous power equation? What will be the phasor diagram? And what will be the waveforms of voltage, current, and power? All these things we are going to see for all such type of circuits, and it comes under theory. Okay, theory part, derivation. And once we finish with all this theory, we'll see numerical on each. And in numerical, then instantaneous voltage equation, current equation will be given to you, resistance will be given to you, and they will ask you to calculate the unknown parameters. Is this clear to everyone? So first of all relations formula will derive so that you can simplify the all relations. Will see impedance triangle, phasor diagram, will see power triangle, voltage triangle, and then we'll simplify the circuit. Okay, so see here, it's a purely resistive circuit. Resistance are connect. Everyone have to listen. I told you more weightage is there for numericals. If your concepts, whatever I am teaching, these are not clear, then you can't attempt the single phase AC circuit numerical in second unit. And if you don't get the concept of single phase AC circuit, then you can't attempt the questions in fourth unit, which is three phase AC circuit. Especially ENTC and mechanical student must concentrate this subject, because maximum part of this is there. Based on this knowledge is required, these concepts are required, whatever included in basic electrical engineering, that is required for especially electronics and mechanical students, maximum concepts. Okay, and the rest branches require less concepts, so you have to concentrate here. Okay, so see here, it doesn't mean that IT comp and civil don't concentrate. You have to score this subject, right? Isn't it? So you also concentrate here. Now see here, voltage applied, purely resistive circuit. Resistance, once you switch on resistive type of load, once you switch on across single phase AC voltage, V of t Vm sine of omega t. So in the current, in the circuit, current will flow. This number of times I told you that if you connect over here in ammeter in series, ammeter always we connect in series with the load. Voltmeter always we connect in parallel with the load. Here load is what? A resistance. Okay, resistance is a load. This is the voltage source, Vm sine of omega t, AC voltage source. This is a symbol we use for AC voltage source. Now ammeter I have connected in series, voltmeter I have connected in parallel. Suppose ammeter reading is 0.2 ampere, and suppose voltage is 220 volt. So which one values they are representing? RMS value. This one number of times I told you that any voltmeter and ammeter you connect in AC circuit, whatever their display is always which value?
RMS.
RMS
Root means
value.
square value.
Root means square value. Okay. Instantaneous value we have seen it go on changing. So it's a RMS value. Root means square value. So whatever I have represented here, capital I, RMS value we denote by capital letter. So here I have represented it, so it is showing RMS value. But what will be the instantaneous current equation? Instantaneous voltage divided by resistance. And what is the instantaneous voltage? Vm sine of omega t divided by resistance it will be. So Vm, I can simplify it. I of t is Vm by R into sine of omega t. And what is Vm by R? Im.
Maximum current.
It is Im. If I say Vrms by R, then it will be Irms. If I say Vm by R, then it will be Im. Okay. So instantaneous current equation, what I am getting after simplification, I of t is equals to Im sine of omega t is the second equation. Now compare the first one. So whenever at your home you switch on incandescent lamp or toaster or heater or iron, any resistive type of load, purely resistive type of load you switch on, what happens? Voltage applied is Vm sine of omega t. So current flowing, its mathematical expression will be what? I of t, Im sine of omega t. If you compare these two waveforms, is there any phase difference between voltage and current?
No.
No phase difference is there. Phase difference between voltage and current in electrical subject, it is denoted by an angle phi. Okay. So phi is how much? 0 degree.
0.
Huh? So Vm sine of omega t, Im sine of omega t, we have seen the phasor diagram representation. It is along which axis? Positive real axis in S plane. So voltage and current, no phase difference is there. Both are Vm sine of omega t, Im sine of omega t. So both will be in phase. So voltage along positive real axis, in phase with it is a current. Got it? Phasor diagram representation for purely resistive circuit. So impedance in AC circuit, whatever the opposition to the flow of current, it is marked as impedance. Impedance, when it comes into picture, when along with resistance, inductor is there, capacitor is there, then whatever the opposition to the flow of current is marked as impedance, Z. In DC circuits, what we have seen, which one type of circuits we have simplified, only circuit parameters were resistance. That's why R equivalent we denoted by capital R. But here along with resistance, you will find in AC circuit, inductor is also there, capacitor is also there. So whatever is the opposition to the flow of current is marked as Z, impedance. Okay. So phase difference is 0 degree. So cosine of this angle is called as power factor. Cos phi. Cos phi is called as power factor. So how much will be the power factor for this? If phi is 0 degree, what will be the power factor?
1.
Cosine of this angle, which one angle? The one which is a phase difference between voltage and current is called as a power factor. So resistive type of load, when you switch on, what's about their power factor? It is unity power factor they have. Okay. Just 2 minutes more. I'll finish this topic and then I'll end. Now instantaneous power. Power we denoted by P. Instantaneous power means what? It is denoted by small p and it is a function of time. So it will be product of instantaneous voltage and instantaneous current for AC circuit. Otherwise for a DC circuit, what we use the formula for power, P is equals to capital P is equals to capital V into capital I. Okay. For AC, instantaneous power is equal to product of instantaneous voltage and into instantaneous current. Write down the voltage and current equation, simplify it. So I'll get here sine square omega t. Can I replace sine square omega t by this? 1 minus cos 2 omega t upon 2.
Yes.
Okay, you can replace it. So simplify it, multiply by Vm Im by 2. So you will get like this. Now, if you observe the first one, it is a constant part. Suppose Vm is 10 volt and Im is 1 ampere. So 10 by 2, it will be constant 5. Okay, means it's a constant part. But observe the second one. This is called as instantaneous power equation. This is called as instantaneous power equation. What you got? Instantaneous power equation, Vm Im sine square omega t. Now I am going to simplify it to calculate the average power. So what I have done, sine square omega t I converted and then I multiplied. Now observe this fluctuating part. Which one waveform? It is a cosine waveform. What is the input voltage you have applied? Vm sine of omega t. Means supply frequency is how much? Omega. For omega, for this supply frequency Vm sin of omega t, that waveform from 0 to 2 pi, how many cycle it complete? One cycle,
One
right? Now this waveform, whatever you got, cos 2 omega t, if for omega 0 to 2 pi it complete one cycle, means for cos of 2 omega t, twice the supply frequency from 0 to pi it will complete one cycle, right? And average value we have seen for alternating quantity, average value we consider from 0 to pi. So 0 to pi, this cos of 2 omega t, it complete one cycle, means its average value is how much for cos of 2 omega t? See, no, see, this is positive values and all these values are negative, and this waveform is symmetric. It's a cosine waveform.
0.
It will be 0. That's why average value of this fluctuating part will be what? 0. Okay, got it? This is not the cosine waveform. Whatever I have plotted, cosine waveform, its nature is different. In general, any waveform, forget about cosine, any waveform, its frequency is twice omega. What does it mean? From 0 to pi, it will complete one cycle. So fluctuating part, its average value will be what? 0. And this is the constant part, its average value will be as it is. This Vm Im by 2, can I write Vm by root 2 and Im by root 2?
Yes.
Okay, means what I am getting? Vm by root 2, Im by root 2 is Vrms into Irms, means how much power resistive type of load consume V into I, means whenever you switch on any resistive type of load, toaster, heater, incandescent lamp, iron, does they consume any power? Yes. How much? V into I. What is the
Yes,
unit
V
for
into I.
that? Watt. And V is equals to IR. You can put, so you will get V square by, you can calculate average power by all these three. V into I or V square by R or I square by R, and unit is watt. Clear? Resistive type of load. Any difficulty with this?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
See, means what is the conclusion? Any resistive type of load you switch on, if voltage equation is V of t Vm sin of omega t, then current equation for it will be I of t Im sin of omega t. Im, how you can calculate? Vm by R or Irms is equals to Vrms by R. Okay. Voltage and current, no phase difference. So phi is 0 degree, cos phi is 1. Power factor is 1 for purely resistive circuit. What is the phasor diagram? V and I in phase with each other along positive real axis. What is the impedance? Is R. Unit is ohm. Instantaneous power equation, what you will get? Vm Im sin square omega t. And what is the average power you will get? Vrms into Irms. Okay, keep in your mind, this is not Vm into Im. What is it? Vrms into Irms. Okay, for purely resistive circuit, whenever you get asked to calculate the average power, you can use any of the three formula. So is this clear for purely resistive circuit?
Yes, ma'am.
So can I end meeting?